field goal, Lance Taylor put his balls on the table. He put his balls on the table like Dan Campbell, not a Lions fan, but Dan Campbell and Lance Taylor, they like to put them there.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to You Don't Know Ball podcast. Here with my back here with another episode. We got our co-hosts Jack and Alex here, along with myself, Isaac. Say what's up, guys.
What's going on?
What's up? All right. Today we have a couple of special guests. We have three guests. We have Blake Hawkins, we got Grayson Milton, and we got Braden Craig, Western Michigan fanatic, Portage Northern.
We are back. We are back.
We are back.
We are back.
Today's episode might be a little chaotic, but we got six people on here, so we all got to do it from our own area. So let's see what we can get into. Today we're going to give you some content regarding week 1 reactions, games of the week next week, and we're going to give each of our guests a 1-minute special to talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about. So we'll see where that goes. Might get a little bumpy here for a little bit, but first things first, we got to start with Weddle. I took the guess about what the hell to put in here first, I guess, because AJ Dillon was there when I opened up the app, so that's cool. But here's what we're starting with. So what do we want to do next? Blake's favorite, JJ McCarthy.
Don't start. Do not start with any Michigan. Don't start.
Jay. Oh, wow. McCarthy's not in it. He's not even in it. Oh.
Jeez.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry? All right.
No, it's a young guy.
Yeah,
it's a young
Oh,
guy.
younger.
Younger than 26.
Young guy.
Taller than 6 foot.
The Bucks, yeah.
He's not a running back, Grayson, so terrible
Oh,
guess.
6 foot.
Try DK Met. Oh wait, AJ Dillon. No, he's a young guy. I forgot. Hold on.
Is he run back?
Who would this be?
Thinking it's a young QB in the AFC.
Yeah. Bo Nix.
Try
Big name.
Richardson.
Oh, okay. Anthony Richardson. No, he's in the AFC South.
Oh, it is in the
No,
AFC.
he's not a quarterback.
Not a QB either.
Smaller than 6'4".
And above the age of 22. Oh.
He's not a
He's
running
low,
Below the
low,
number
jer-
five.
maybe receiver, maybe something else.
low jersey
Tank-
number.
Tank Dell.
L, that'd be a good
Yeah,
one.
I was thinking Tank Dell. Oh, he is a wide
Oh,
receiver.
right receiver.
He is a wide receiver.
He's not in the Texans. Okay, so it's Indiana, Houston.
Well, either wears number 2 or
Michael
1.
Pittman Jr.?
No, it's the
No,
Jags.
no,
It's
he's
gonna be the
11.
Jags
He's
or the
11.
Titans.
Tennessee or the Jags,
He's
yeah.
25 years old, so.
Yeah.
Is it Ridley? Calvin Ridley's not 25, is he?
Ridley's got to be older than that.
Yeah.
He's also got, he's
Wide
also
receiver, 25.
So, the conference is, Houston, Colts, Jags, and Titans, right?
Yep.
Who the hell is on the Titans?
Ridley.
Hopkins. Who's on the Jags?
Hopkins
Hopkins
is
is
older
old,
than
bro. Yeah, you're right.
The only other guy I could think of is Ridley, but I don't know if he's older than Tank Dell. I don't know about that one though. He's way older. Than him.
He's not. He can't be 25. He's got to be at least 28.
I don't think he's even on the Jags.
Right.
Oh, nope, he's not there. He's too old. He's
Zay Jones still on the Jags? Why not? He can't be though. There's no way. Not Zay Jones.
no, I think he took the Ravens.
Dude, who are we? Jack, you got any guesses?
No, I'm trying to think right now.
This is
Definitely
Grayson,
some
any-
young guys, dude, but
Grayson, any Florida guys that you know of?
is it
This is a tough one.
Try Burks?
I got nothing.
Traylon Burks might be a good one.
Okay. Might be on. All right.
Damn, dude, it's from the Jags?
The Jags, yeah.
Okay. Who are the Jags receiving core?
Oh, now I'm at Titans.
Is it Christian Kirk?
Ooh. Does he play there still?
No, maybe? I don't know.
He is on Jags.
Okay.
He's showing it
It's
16.
not him. Didn't they just get the guy from Buffalo?
Is it Devin
Dave
Duvernay?
Davis?
Oh,
Buffalo?
Devin Duvernay. No.
Oh, no.
All right, guys.
Bro.
We got
I
two
think,
guesses.
hold on. I think this is right. I think it's Gabe Davis.
All right. It might be.
I think it is because they just got one.
It is. Yes.
It might be
Oh,
Gabe
wow.
Davis, yeah.
Wow. It was
Yes.
getting real. Good job, Blake. It was getting real
I
close
remember
there.
somebody from. I forgot he came from Buffalo. I remember them getting the guy from Buffalo. I just couldn't remember what his name was.
Yeah. It was getting real close there for a little bit.
I didn't know he was that young. I thought he was
I
older
didn't
than
know.
that.
I don't know anybody in the Jags receiving core. Like
Yeah.
I forgot. Gabe
Well, someone
Davis.
got Trevor Lawrence $55 million a year.
Yeah, it wasn't him. Yeah, I'm excited for this episode. We got a lot of fans of a lot of college football teams. We got. I like to call them experts of their college football team. So I'm excited to see what their takes are. I mean, the only not expert here is probably Grayson because Florida is just unbelievably bad. Terrible.
Okay, dude. Okay, relax. Nobody was impressed with Michigan. Not a soul was impressed
Yeah,
with
but
Michigan.
all of our, except for you and Braden, our teams won a game. Wisconsin
Terrible.
Braden only gets the excuse because they played Wisconsin, and you played Miami, and you could have won that game.
All right, with that, let's hop
they
into
played
my
them close.
take
They
then
played
on
them
my,
close.
on my game.
All right,
right.
we're not gonna do that. All right, well, with that being said, we could go on right into week 1 reactions. So let's start with this. Let's start with Michigan. Won 30-10 against Fresno State. Came out with Davis Warren as their quarterback instead of Alex Orji, who was a former 5-star. Don't really know. Yes. Right. They couldn't really start the run game. You saw content of Alex on the road. Let us know in the comments if you want more content like that. We look forward to doing that. It was fun. But Alex, give us your thoughts about Michigan before we go to the peanut gallery. First, one word reaction. Whoa. Just whoa. I mean,
Subpar.
Grayson, he didn't
Not
say
beating
peanut gallery.
Texas
Yeah.
next week.
Holy cow! Michigan has a lot of work to do on the offensive line. I mean, when I watched it, even from where I was sitting, I could be like, this offensive line totally. You could see that they haven't played together. It's not like last year's, which is obviously what was going to happen. And Davis Warren, oh God, I want him to. He has an incredible story, but we need to win football games. And I don't know if he's gonna have to turn it around, or Alex Orji is gonna come in mid-season and just like blow it out of the water. I mean, it's one of the two that has to freaking happen. But Peter Gallery is up to. Go ahead. You know what, Jack? Why don't you go first? Jack,
I just said they're going to get their bare ass spanked by Texas next week.
By Texas? Oh, God.
I mean, he put it best. Like that was like I was not impressed whatsoever. It was just like
No.
Yeah,
Fresno
but there
State.
should be no
Fresno
way.
State is they're a good
that
football
they should
team.
be
Dude, they couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
The
Their
line's gotta
identity
get-
is running the ball.
Michigan, Donovan Edwards.
They couldn't run the freaking ball.
Every time you try to say something, be like, "Hey, your team lost to Miami." So,
Hey, that was a good Miami team.
yeah, okay, bro. I think take us to the next section.
Whoa,
right.
I didn't get my take. Whoa, hold up.
Yeah, let's get to Ohio State. We don't need your take. We don't need your take.
Whatever.
We'll get the Ohio State take. Let's get it. Let's have it, Blake. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Blake.
All right. So obviously Ohio State put Akron. I thought through the first quarter, I thought it was a little rough. Obviously, There's a lot of things that happened. I did think, though, from that first quarter, Will Howard played extraordinarily well. I think he looked pretty good on every one of his passes. His passes were very, very close every single time. So I thought he looked very well, and as the game came on, it actually turned it on. He was actually my spotlight guy. I know everybody's around Jeremiah Smith, obviously being the freshman, but to be able to run that offense coming in with a new guy, Jerome C., I think it's hard to do, and he did that from knowing these players for maybe 6 months, possibly, and then also getting those freshmen as well. So I think Will Howard did great. I think the Ohio State defense is going to be very, very good. I think they looked really good. I think Jack Sawyer is going to be a force to be reckoned with. But, kudos to Finley for Akron. Took a lot of big hits, stayed in as long as he could, especially potentially a targeting play in the first play. But overall, I think Ohio State is going to look pretty good. I think until they get to Oregon and then also until they get to Penn State and Michigan, I really don't think there's going to be a problem for Ohio State, especially with that defense.
And you're probably right.
And Buddy's on his high horse here.
All right, we'll open it up to the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Grayson, you got anything to say?
About Ohio State?
Yeah, let's hear it.
No, we'll move on.
Okay, bro.
Buddy's on his high horse here.
All right, we're moving on from Ohio State. We're going to go to Notre Dame. For me, Notre Dame looked like they played SEC football. They went into Aggie land and beat the piss out of Texas A&M.
Relax.
Defensively, they didn't move the ball at all. Had 13 points, scored the entire game. Hey, we were making it a hard night for those Aggies all night long. They brought back Power just to get beat by some independent school from South Bend. So, Kanye West, that was a waste. Anyways, Riley Leonard, Bo Collins, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, dogs. Our running back room is probably one of the best in the country. And, probably
Hot take.
behind Ohio State, but there's us. But I'm really excited to see what this Notre Dame team can do for this season. I feel like they are the fifth best team, and they should. And that's where the playoff is going to be because they aren't in a conference. But we don't need it. We'll beat on any group of five team we're playing in the playoffs. But go Irish! Great win. And I'm gonna open it up to the peanut gallery here see what their takes are.
All right, so I said that Blake was on his high horse, but you just took it to a different level.
Different level of glazing.
Yeah, that was just glazing.
Grayson, you lost to Miami.
Yeah, bro, we'll get there. Don't worry. Say what you gotta say, Grayson.
I mean, it was a good game to watch. I watched the game. I was impressed, but at the end of the day, you played Texas A&M.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's, nah.
They beat Bama in that stadium. They beat LSU in that stadium. They beat hard, difficult teams in the conference. And you're saying, yeah, they're just Texas A&M.
You guys go beat Bama.
We will.
Wow. Clip that.
I'm not going to say anything now. I'm going to wait till we get to the Florida-Miami game, but I don't think Sir Grayson and his Florida Gators have much for him to talk about.
No,
who's playing.
zero. Absolutely not. I shouldn't be even talking to him.
Absolutely not.
Especially talking about the SEC and he was trying to speak in the ACC. That was the problem.
Right. Terrible.
I'll say something about this. That Notre Dame team looks really freaking good. They're going down week 1 to go to Texas A&M, who is rocking, and like they haven't been relevant in years. And Texas A&M, they apparently are going to be good this year. And Notre Dame just shut the door on them. That was like their defense is like pretty top tier. They could probably compete with like the Ohio States and the Bamas. I think that Notre Dame's defense is probably the heart and soul of that team. Riley Leonard looked as expected. I mean, he's not going to really do that much in his first start at Notre Dame. He's like in a tough environment. So, you know what? Kudos to Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman. I would not want to be Mike Elko going against aura for aura with Marcus Freeman. The beginning of the game, they're not even on the field yet, and he's already screaming at his players. That's awesome.
Yeah, it definitely was awesome to see. And Jack, go ahead. You haven't really said much,
Yeah,
so you got to get your input.
I was a little disappointed. I wanted
All
A&M to
right,
win that game. But, I saw something. A&M hasn't won a natty since, before World War II. Haven't really been good since Johnny Manziel. So, y'all won a game.
We beat them in one of the hardest environments in the country. So
Yeah, but
that's
NCAA 25 chose that, not the
All right,
fans. So.
And did you not see any of the TikToks on like how loud that
Oh,
stadium
what?
was?
Oh, what? You can't say that. You can't say that.
Probably
Notre
did,
Dame's going to disown you, dude.
Yeah, I gotta say some.
They don't
Hail Marys.
speak like that over there.
All right, we're moving on from Notre Dame. Let's go to Bama. Holy hell! Kalen DeBoer has those boys playing angry. Milroe came out pissed off.
Yes, he
That
did.
they look dangerous. They had a 17-year-old that looked more athletic than Usain Bolt out there.
Hey, let the Bama fan take this over.
All right,
Put on your hat. Put your hat on,
Jack.
You know what, boys? I'd be lying if I said Riley Williams. I didn't see a little bit of my high school self, or Ryan Williams didn't see a little bit of my high school self in him when I was 17.
Wow.
No, dude, those guys are playing another level. I mean, they played Western Kentucky, but you can see they got something special in that
Dude,
team.
they played mad.
Milroe was
Holy
playing
cow.
great. Everybody.
5 touchdowns.
Yeah, they played absolutely incredible. Anybody else got to say
Western
about it?
Kentucky is not really that bad of a offensive team, too.
Yeah,
They're
not
shutting them
really. Yeah.
out. So,
Yeah.
pretty good. Blake, you got anything?
I mean, being kind of from Cincinnati, I've been at Ohio, knowing from Western Kentucky, they've had a few quarterbacks back in the day. They had Bailey Zappi, obviously go to New England. I mean, Western Kentucky actually breeds quarterbacks in their conference. So, it's kind of disappointing to see that he really didn't perform like the other quarterbacks have. But, it's early and you're playing one of the best teams in the country. So there's really not much you can say about that going from your little league you play in and then you go play SEC ball. Welcome to SEC, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Braden?
I like Milroe, and I also like Ty Simonson, the young buck, getting in there and getting a couple touchdowns for himself. I liked Milroe. He was really good. 5 touchdowns, 279 total yards. So they look scary. I'm just saying they might be a new favorite for me.
Yep. Grayson.
Typical SEC ball. That's how it's done down there.
See, this is why we can't let Grayson talk.
Grayson is the biggest Florida fan, and then when it comes to anybody else in the SEC, he's like, yeah, that's SEC football. That's how we do around here. Florida has not been relevant enough to be considered
Since
an
Tebow.
SEC team. Yes, since Tebow. I wouldn't even
Okay.
consider
Tebow.
Kyle
Okay,
Trask was
no.
not even that good. They weren't even that good in 2020. They lost to LSU.
Because of Marco Wilson.
Average LSU team. They won 5 games that year. So I don't want to hear anything about Florida being an SEC team until they make the playoffs at least. But in my books, Notre Dame's more of it.
Or they can just beat anybody. They lost to an ACC team. So.
Yeah, right.
I would definitely back that, Isaac. Notre Dame is more relevant than Florida is in the last 20 years. I would take that.
More of an
I'll-
SEC
Florida has
team
more-
than it is.
Florida has more natties in the last 20 years than Notre Dame.
Oh my God, you want to
You're
go back?
counting Urban Meyer as all right, bro.
We'll go.
Urban Meyer's
We'll go.
Urban
You wanna
Meyer's
go natty
basically
for natty?
dead at university.
You want to go natty for natty?
Yeah, what, in 1904?
Whoa!
Hey, you can't say that.
Whoa!
You
Hey,
can't say that.
we have 11. So talk to us when you get over 3.
How many do you have that's post World War II?
5.
Wow.
That's more than you.
More than you.
More than you, Grayson.
3. I have 3.
You have 2.
Right,
Florida doesn't even know what the new college football playoff even tastes like. They couldn't even make it to 4, and you didn't think they were making it to 12?
they'll make it.
Not after
Not
the
this
Bengals
year.
take on
Not after
the
Not
that.
this
Titans.
year.
not this year.
Not this year.
Yeah, let's get it. You can get into that game. We should get into that game. You know.
You know what? Miami, Florida versus Florida. Grayson.
Grayson, take it.
All right,
right,
we're
well.
moving on to next week's game against Samford, where DJ Lagway will be starting. My 5-star true freshman quarterback over here, dual threat. All right. You know, last week didn't go too well. We'll move on to the next week.
Atrocious last week. And it wasn't even, it was terrible. Absolutely embarrassing. They lost a Miami team that we knew they would be good, but I didn't know they were that good.
Exactly, they're that good.
There were some takes.
Florida had 8 months. They
There
had
were some
8 months to
takes.
prove.
They said
No.
Miami
Okay.
made Florida look bad, but Florida's just bad in general.
Realistically, I think Billy Napier should have been gone that night.
I think
Like,
everybody
prior
in
to that
Gainesville was
Like,
taking
pack your things, buddy. Pack your things, buddy. Go back to Louisiana.
I don't know why you guys
It's
fired
bad.
Dan Mullen. Like,
I don't either. Because he couldn't recruit, but that's
You know
beside
what?
the point.
Grayson, I'm actually extremely upset with Florida at the moment. That team embarrassed You Don't Know Ball podcast. We picked them to beat Miami, and they
Hey.
go out. They
Hey,
went
I
out
didn't.
there.
I did
at
not.
the-
you didn't.
Yeah, you
Jack
did not.
didn't.
I did. You know what? They embarrassed me, and I picked West Virginia first of all. I thought that was gonna be a night game, so that's why I picked West Virginia versus Penn State. But I didn't look at the times. But whatever. But the swamp, they came into the swamp, who was apparently that stadium just gets so loud they're not gonna hear anything. And Cam Ward just threw whatever the hell he
So
threw.
nonchalant.
Yeah, he
It
literally
was-
walked
okay.
over your defense. He walked over it.
It was embarrassing. I know. We need to get rid of Napier like yesterday. And just this week we play Samford. I don't even know what state that's in. I don't know where that's at. I don't know any of their players. So
taking
that might be a
Samford.
better week.
I'm taking Samford in this next game.
I'm taking Stanford at this point.
Yeah, Stanford by a million.
I think it's a whole board decision. So
No, but we'll see what
DJ
DJ Lagway can bring to the table. So,
It
Jack,
did get announced about an hour ago that he's starting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Breaking news. Whoa.
Graham Mertz has a concussion.
Guess what? Guess what?
Wonder why.
Still ass, but DJ Lagway starting. Everything will be better. But whatever. Jack, give us some takes on your winning team, Miami.
Oh yeah, Miami got that. I mean, I knew it was going to happen.
Typical Bama fans. I know a winner.
I
when
was
I
pretty
see
much
it.
coaching them.
Giving them all the plays. Oh, hell.
No, I mean, that was pretty obvious.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty. I mean, I did not see that coming. I listened. I was watching the game. That stadium was rocking from the opening kickoff, but the next 3 drives for Miami proceeded to shove the ball down their throats for 4 straight quarters. Kind of.
Can we move on to the next game, please?
But no, we're not done yet.
No,
Uh,
this game's embarrassing.
But safe to say I will not be picking Florida in any other game this year. My wild card take is now off the table. They are not a wild card team. They are terrible.
Just wait till they go to Jacksonville and play Georgia.
Yeah, and get
No.
50 bombed.
No, you're not.
And get 50 bombed.
You're
All right,
not
we're moving
saying that
on.
right now.
Moving on from Florida. Let's go to a different Florida team. Actually, wait. We missed a team. Western Michigan Broncos. Braden, let's hear it. Braden, take it.
All right. So Western Michigan face Wisconsin. Everybody thinks, Wisconsin's going to come in here and just dog them. Western Michigan put up a fight. The fake field goal, Lance Taylor put his balls on the table. He put his balls on the table like Dan Campbell, not a Lions fan, but Dan Campbell and Lance Taylor, they like to put him there. Jalen Buckley showed why he's a really good running back. Not really good at stats, but Hayden Wolf, he showed a couple good passes by him. So Western Michigan likely, I think they keep it close against Ohio State this week. But I just really like the way that Lance Taylor is making this team kind of like what PJ Fleck had in 2016 when the Broncos went basically undefeated and lost to the Wisconsin team. But I like the way Lance Taylor is taking this team to the top.
Yeah, it was definitely.
So
good
Blake,
to
go
see.
ahead.
Not saying Western Michigan's a bad team, but David and Goliath here is what I think for this week.
Give me the
Hey,
Broncos.
who won that though? Who won Dave and Goliath though?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
But
Give me the Broncos by 100.
I'm not like stinking on Western Michigan here. So I think Western Michigan can actually beat the MAC. I win the MAC. I honestly do. After seeing that show, I think they have a really, really good shot at winning the MAC. Now they also got to play my Miami, Ohio Redhawks as well. But Western Michigan does look pretty good. But I do feel like it's all Ohio State this weekend once again. So
Blake was born on third base. Don't let him talk to you like that.
I think Miami, Ohio could beat Florida. The second Miami team could beat Florida.
All right, can we move on to the worst? Can we move on to the worst team in the state of Florida, Florida State?
We'll get there.
No.
One thing to say about Western Michigan, they looked pretty darn good. I mean, they can't get over that Wisconsin barrier, but you can't blame them. They came out, they put their balls on the table the entire game. So Dan Campbell and Lance Taylor might be related. So, but,
I mean, that fake.
Yeah, with Randy from South Park too.
yeah. That's a clip of the week right there. All right, we're moving on. We'll go to the worst team in Florida, the Florida State Seminoles. What the hell happened? What's their coach? Billy Norvell or Coach Norvell?
Yeah.
They got to do some real soul searching before they come to South Bend later in the season. That game was supposed to be a top 10 matchup, and now it's not even looking like it's going to be. It looks like it's Notre Dame, who's ranked number 5, versus an unranked, terrible Florida State team, which we've come accustomed to in the last 10 to 6 years. But I don't know. I was really excited for them to be somewhat semi-decent. Us three, Jack, Alex, and I, said DJ Uyunglele was going to be a difference maker, but that dude is just proving that he's a difference maker for the wrong reasons.
He fooled us like Dabo Sweeney.
Right.
Isaac, aren't you going to the Florida State Notre Dame game?
Yeah, I don't even want to go anymore because we have such a terrible game. DJ,
Hey, if you see DJU passing out popcorn, get his autograph for me.
okay. Pretty sure he's gonna be sick. I have a seat saved right next to me. Hey, dude, you can watch him right here. I know you're unemployed. It's your make-a-wish. Here you go, kid.
He's gonna try to sell you that 2012 Toyota. He's trying to tell you that
You got a good Malibu here.
But no, Florida State was my disappointing team of the week, and 2 weeks actually.
I mean, you're right, Isaac. The Florida State, we had high hopes for them. I mean, I was excited to see Florida State come back from how they would respond after that Georgia beatdown, but this having another Georgia team kick the crap out of them in Ireland, and then they go out in their home stadium and lose to a Boston College team that hasn't been relevant in I don't even know how many years.
Years.
Too long. Yeah, too long. I mean, I keep on thinking about the clip that the old head coach that was there. Like, he'd be like high up in the stadium. He's like, "Look at that, men being dudes," or something like that. I don't know if you know what that is. Blake knows what it is. I see him laughing. But that's the last time I think Boston College was ever like on a national picture. Like,
They were
terrible.
last night. Yeah.
I seen a statistic. It was like Florida State is the first team since 2008 to drop out of the top 25 after being ranked in the top 10 in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's like atrocious.
Hey, they're breaking records at least.
Yeah.
Breaking records.
Breaking all the.
At least DJ, you can put that on his resume.
He's really boosting his resume for his next career because it won't be in football.
Ziegler Ford will love that one.
As we talked bad about Florida State too, about them, but you do have to give kudos to Boston College as well. I mean, if you look at it, they had 263 yards rushing against them. They had 3 guys that were over 70 yards. I mean, that's something that's kind of crazy if you think about it, with Florida State being a high-powered offense, but also usually having a pretty good defense. So I thought with Boston College running the ball, that might be Florida State's, maybe besides their offensively, they can't stop the run. That could be their problem as they go
I
on.
mean, on paper, Florida State's supposed to have one of the best D-lines in the country, but they've just not shown that. They've been terrible
At all.
So, yeah. Florida State, disappointing.
Boston College could be a good team this year. I mean,
Mhm.
I saw something the other day that it was about the coach to player communication, and how Florida State never had an NFL coach or experience with that. And then Boston College had all 3 coordinators and the head coach, or 2 coordinators and head coach had it, and they looked like they knew what they were doing. Right? So I don't know how much that really does a factor in the game, but it does get you thinking of like, oh, maybe that could be a factor of like how maybe Boston College can like squeak their way into the top 25 just because they know how to
Have
run
so much
with,
experience.
You should ask Tyler Steins about how much that matters.
46 to
3
7.
Common Stallions, baby.
Yeah, you guys needed him on Saturday.
Yeah, I think I saw him on the Fresno State sideline there for a second.
Man.
Yeah, well, he was too busy getting his butt kicked with the Detroit high school team. It's like 37-6 on Friday, so he probably didn't even show his face. But don't worry, he's gonna be at Michigan. He's gonna be back at Michigan. We don't need him again. Just he'll be a nutritionist.
Nutritionist. All right, let's talk about someone else who's disappointing. Cade Klubnik. Yes!
Yeah!
Proving us right. Holy hell, that was atrocious.
Wow.
Didn't throw for a single touchdown pass. Threw 3 interceptions, 2 interceptions. Clemson, you guys are washed. It's not the 2010s anymore. Dabo, you need to adjust to what college football is now, because obviously you can't recruit a receiver to save your life. You haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2019, I think. And no, it's just been terrible season after terrible season after. I don't want to say terrible, but terrible for their standards of who Clemson is. So, Dabo, time to get within the new adjustments to college football. Anybody else?
Clemson, you suck.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so excited. I mean, I'm sorry, Cade Klubnik, but I was so happy to see something of my predictions be like close to right. He looked awful, and he's going against Georgia. He's the number 1 team in the country. Yeah, but like Clemson was ranked 2. Clemson should at least put a fight up. They only put 3 up on the board. I mean, it is quarterback, and Cade is, and I don't know, DJU wasn't it either, but they need somebody like Deshaun Watson or Trevor Lawrence back there again, because holy cow, Cade Klubnik, not the guy.
Clemson was looking like Notre Dame in a playoff game there.
Yeah, pissing down their leg.
jeez.
Oh, jeez. Mullen was too big for them to piss down a leg. Yeah. Grayson, I don't know if you want to say anything about Cade. I know you were on a podcast and we talked about him a little bit. No, that was Caleb Williams. Never mind. But
Yeah. No, I'll save my Caleb Williams talk for when the Lions play the Bears.
yeah. Anybody else want to talk about Cade?
Sassy walk into Ford Field.
Blake, I know you have
He's going to be slaying.
I don't necessarily have anything about Cade, but I think the Georgia defense, I think they're exactly what they have been the last few years. I mean, only gave up 188 yards total.
insane.
That's insane. Especially to a team that's also, it's a top 15 matchup. That's a pretty good team to only hold 188 yards and 3 points. It just doesn't happen usually. And, Georgia's been the team. And I think besides a few other teams like Notre Dame, Texas, Ohio State, Michigan, I think they're going to be a team everybody's going to have to watch out for. And that's because they're quite possibly probably the best team in the country right now. And probably this season.
Yep.
Agreed.
I agree.
At least one SEC team is.
Braden, okay, bro. Braden, give us your opinion.
I just think Caleb Klubnik overrated. Since he's kind of basically DJU all over again for Clemson. Clemson's going downhill. They might change it around. It all depends. But Dabo Swinney just needs to just run out of Clemson. Like, they got to switch it up. Just like in Florida. They got to switch it up.
Okay, dude.
I love this Florida.
I love
this
this
Florida.
Florida.
Oh, this is great.
I
Win
do
a game,
agree.
and then we won't do it anymore.
I agree with that.
We're not the worst team in Florida. Okay.
Clemson should maybe consider moving on, but the only thing that's really keeping Dabo in Death Valley, Clemson, is that he has 2 national titles. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's give our player of the week. That's what I'm calling this section. Jack brought it up before we started talking about it. Before we started the podcast, Jack, who's your player of the week, and who's he playing for?
Dude, I must have amnesia or something. I have no idea.
Tektron McMillan, that Arizona receiver.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah. No, he went crazy. What do you have, like 10 catches for 304 yards and 4 touchdowns?
Yes.
Should have been 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Dude was going crazy.
That's an unreal stat line. We don't even see that in college football 25 when I just throw through my broken play.
Most quarterbacks don't even get that many yards, dude.
No. I mean, we don't see. I know Riley Leonard didn't pass 150. So,
Yeah.
but that's our player of the week. Braden, I'm going to give you a chance to talk about your player of the week in a second, but. Got a little shout out before we move on to that. We got Olivet taking on the Rochester Yellow Jackets. The boys here, Grayson, me, Braden, and Alex will be on the sidelines, ready to play those guys.
Wow.
I said me too. I said me too, bro.
Wait, Isaac, we got to shout out our boys from App State.
I'll get there. But Jack's going to be in the Natty Light trailer. You'll see him in the parking lot, in the tailgate lot. So look for the Natty Light trailer. We're ready to play Rochester. Ready to go. We'll give I don't know if we'll really talk about it, the result after the game. Depends on what happens. But just, if you can, come out and support the boys. Support the podcast and support my teammates. So we're ready to go.
At noon.
All right, let's have the Braden Craig minute. Go ahead, Braden.
All right. So, one of my former teammates, probably one of the best Portage Northern running backs in school history, Anthony Tyus III, or as known as A-Train or Trey Tyus, transfers from Northwestern. Nobody really expects an Ohio transfer to come out of the blue. Number 2 on the field was shining that night. In Syracuse, the biggest takeaway from that game is 203 yards on 16 carries, 2 touchdowns, 12.7 yards on average. Anthony was looking at 225, was running like a 195 guy. So Anthony's my player of the week. Anthony, if you're watching this, you're a dog. A-Train, baby. A-Train.
Let's move on. Let's move on to week 2. Grayson wants to move on to week 2 as well because Florida sucks. But let's make our game picks. We have App State taking on, I don't know, who's App State taking on? Anybody look it up?
Tennessee.
They take Clemson.
They're
take on
taking on
Clemson.
Clemson?
Yes.
Oh, buddy. Give me App State.
Give
me
me
App State, baby.
Give me App
State.
Let's go. Big game. Blake, App State or Clemson?
App State, baby.
Damn right.
Go
Let's
Mountaineers,
go.
man. Luke Combs says it. Go Mountaineers, baby.
Spun that wheel.
Mountaineers, baby.
Spun that wheel.
Spin that wheel. All right, now we got the game of the week for, I think, everybody in the country. Michigan and Texas. This is going to be a close game, I feel like, but we will see. I'm not going to make my pick yet. So, Grayson, why don't you start us off?
Give me Texas in a close one.
Blake?
I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to take Texas, but
Shocker.
a lot of people are saying it's going to be a close one. I honestly think it's going to be a blowout. I really do. I think Texas's offense.
Yeah.
I think Texas's offense is really, really good. I think they have a lot of athletes that are all on the field, and I just don't think Michigan right now has a great defense to go along with that. So I'm taking Texas in a big blowout game.
Jack?
Yeah, I agree with that fully. My score prediction, 35-14. I think Michigan will not be able to handle Texas's offense with the defense they have this year.
Braden.
I think Michigan wins. I think they beat another former Ohio State quarterback in Quinn Ewers or whatever his name is. I think Michigan will pull it out. I think in my heart, I feel like we were just kind of giving them a slow start in Fresno State, and I think we're gonna shine out against Texas. We were just giving them a little sneak peek. Maybe they think we're bad, but we're gonna be good.
Alex.
I like that. Michigan, they need to come out a lot harder than they did against Fresno State. I do like to think that if you guys are playing number 3 Texas or whatever they're ranked the next week, and you have Fresno or some team that is Fresno State's relevant but not as relevant team as Texas, wouldn't you guys be looking forward to head? I do, when Michigan is playing Michigan State the next week and they're playing this Saturday. I would look over to Michigan State because I do not like them and I do not care what the score of this week's is. But I did take Michigan here. I think Michigan came out slow because they overlooked Fresno State, and whether it was planned or not, I think we are gonna have a great game. I think that Michigan plays better when big time opponents, anyways. We've seen it the last 3 years with Ohio State. We just saw against Alabama, and Washington didn't put anything up against us either. But this is a totally different team. I'm super excited to see what happens, but I think Michigan pulls it out in a close one.
All right. So we got 3 for Texas, and we got 2 for Michigan. Give me the Wolverines. I'm going to take Michigan just because Alex is my brother, and I feel like they'll shine out this weekend. So I think that walking into the big house has an effect on a lot of teams. Ohio State's really dealt with it the last 3 years. So we'll see. We'll see what offense that likes to pass the ball and has a high scoring offense. Sounds like Ohio State, and we know how that's fair for them against Michigan. So give me the Wolverines. All right, next game, Western Michigan at Ohio State. Grayson, kick us off into that one.
It's just going to be a bloodbath. Ohio State's going to win by 50.
Blake.
It's not going to be close.
I mean, I think going along with Grayson, man, I think that Ohio State's got too powered of a high-powered offense. I think defensively there's nobody in the country until we get later on that can block Jack Sawyer. I think Jack Sawyer is probably the best defensive end in the country.
Yep.
So Ohio State wins big, probably 63-0.
Yeah. Ohio State's going to take those oars away from them. They ain't going to be rowing that boat too much longer.
Whooped. Poor man.
35-0.
Braden, you can go last.
We don't. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, y'all ain't
is
gonna
it
be
my
rowing
turn?
the boat, especially after this
We don't roll the boat anymore here. It's Lance Taylor's team.
Lance Taylor's going to get damn horse tranquilizer to face after this game, dude.
I'm going to make it short and sweet so Braden can have his little moment with Western. I'm going to take Ohio State in this one. But I do think Western does score when Ohio State puts their third-string freshmen in.
I mean, hell, Akron did, right?
Yeah.
If Akron can do it, everybody can do it. I'm going to take Ohio State as well. Braden, your time to shine.
A close fight. I think Western is a pretty good football team, way better than Akron. That's not Lance Taylor's team. Give me the Broncos, baby.
All right. I like that we're 5v1 on that. So little heavy towards Ohio State. But all right, next game we're going to talk about, and then that'll be it for this episode. We have Colorado at Nebraska. Grayson.
Oh, I'm taking Nebraska for sure. North Dakota State's good, but I just don't think Colorado can compete with, like, I don't know. I'm not impressed by them at all. And Dylan Raiola had a good game.
Yeah, he did. Blake.
I think you have a point. I think Dylan Raiola is pretty good. I really do. But I'm actually going to take Colorado in this because I think Travis Hunter is the best athlete in college football, and I don't really think there's too many guys that can guard him, and I don't think there's a Nebraska DB that can guard him. So I'm going to take Travis Hunter. Going along with that, I think Pace, their other receiver that put up, what did he put up, 190 yards, and he even scored last week. I think that's two guys that are pretty much unguardable going on to that game, so I'm going to take Colorado in this one.
All right. Jack.
I'm going to take Nebraska, man. Raiola did look really good. Nebraska's running back looked really good against UTEP. And their defense was rolling solid, so I think Nebraska's got them. And Colorado just wasn't doing it for me against North Dakota, honestly. I mean, you got Travis Hunter, but how often can you really rely on that you can't rely on that for a whole season.
No.
So I think Nebraska will crack him, and he's going to be shut down.
Yep. I'm going to take, I'm going to say Nebraska in this one because I think the Big Ten plays better football than the Big 12. I think the Big Ten always played a lot better. I think Big Red's back in some sort of way. I don't know if they are like the national championship back, but they're like relevant back. And Raiola is a huge part of that. And I'm going to take Nebraska in this one. I think that if they beat Colorado, I think that the student section is going to storm that field, and it's going to be a good sight to see especially for a Nebraska team that's been struggling for the last few years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Braden, you want to make your pick now?
Yeah, sorry, it kind of cut out here. You're at the house. The Wi-Fi is not really the best. But I think it's going to be Nebraska. Nebraska has looked pretty good, and Colorado just can't rely on Door, Travis Hunter, and maybe J.C. Horn. Can't really rely on them. The defense is not really good. I mean, except for Travis Hunter. D-line did look pretty good, but I think Nebraska throws it not to Travis Hunter, but I think Nebraska wins it.
Yep. Unfortunately for Coach Prime and the boys in Colorado, I'm going to say Nebraska as well. They looked pretty solid on defense. Raiola looked everything in that he was promised to be so far. I mean, we'll see how he does in this tough game, but I like Coach Rule's Nebraska team this year, so give me Nebraska. All right. We'll do one more segment before we leave. We'll do Blake Hawkins and Grayson Middleton minute. And
what about Braden?
Braden got his minute.
Yeah, Braden
got his minute.
Oh yeah.
Braden got his minute about glazing Anthony Tyus. Anthony Tyus, A-Train. Blake, you're up first.
All right, so I want to talk about actually the same kind of topic that Braden was talking about. So my boy from Iowa, the Iowa Hawkeyes, running back number 2, Caleb Johnson, played with the guy in high school. He was a freak in high school, and then this last weekend they played Illinois State. He went on to have 11 rushes, 119 yards, 2 touchdowns. So proud of my boy. Hey, go Big Blue. Not Michigan though, the Hamilton boys. So he's got a tough matchup this weekend. He's playing Iowa State. That's also playing against one of my other brothers, Malik Verdon, another really good, strong safety at Iowa State. So it's going to be fun to watch two of my buddies that I'm really close with back home, played a lot of good football with, go against each other. So I'm really proud of those two guys, man. It's going to be really fun. And, it's exciting to watch guys that you played with go put on a show and potentially get drafted next year. So, big shout out. My player of the week is definitely Caleb Johnson. It's not as good as the Boise State guy, but that works for me.
Grayson. Make it a good minute or I'm kicking you off the show.
So mine is going to be about how much I hate Marco Wilson. I absolutely cannot stand Marco Wilson. Why did he have to throw that shoe? We were on our way to the college football playoff, and you threw the game away by literally throwing a shoe. And then he goes on a podcast and says he would do it again. He's number one on my list of all people on earth. I literally cannot stand. I don't have a player of the week because Florida was just embarrassing. Montreal Johnson's 75-yard run was cool, but Marco Wilson, till the day I die, will be my number one on my list.
Number one op. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us, Jack and Alex.
That's a good minute, Grayson.
That was a good minute.
And you know what? This episode was pretty fun. I'm glad that this worked out for you guys, and you willingly wanted to come onto the podcast. It's definitely grown in the last few days. We finally reached 100 followers, and I know that giveaway is going to come out. So I just going to talk more about that in a little bit, but. You know, I'm super proud of the original host. We're finally getting somewhere. But I'm excited for the college football season to continue on and hopefully have more guests on. And this is just fun. I mean, dudes talking ball, and what can get better than that on a fall Saturday or fall Wednesdays or fall weekends coming up.
Olivet coaching staff, you have an invite.
Yeah, Coach Perry, Coach Moose, Big Dub, Coach Hunt, Coach Javier Smith, Coach Prince,
Coach Waver.
Coach Waver.
Yeah.
You all will have and maybe we'll invite you, get you on the show. We'd love to have you on. Jack, you got anything to say before we end this episode out?
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to wait till the interview with Arch Manning because I got something in the works with him.
The Natterlight trailer is going to Arlington, Texas. And we're coming to your city. Well, like Alex mentioned earlier, thank you for all of our followers. We finally reached 100. The giveaway will be announced that I think Monday I'll start and announce the winner. But if you haven't yet, you have until the Saturday to enter in to win a free shirt with the You Don't Know Ball. We appreciate every one of you. We started this podcast for fun, and it's grown into something we've loved to do. So keep on the lookout for more news. We have some things in the works right now. At least Alex and I do. Jack will clue you in a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Love being in the loop.
But we really appreciate everybody's support. Keep it up. Keep telling your friends. And if you guys want to be a guest, email us at youdon'tknowballpodcast@gmail.com or just come up to me in person and be like, yeah, I want to be on the show.
No, we're too busy for that.
But it'd be easier if you guys email me so I can get everybody on a calendar. We'll sort that out. But I appreciate every one of you. What else?
Oh, we forgot. I know, we didn't really forget, but there was a special person's birthday this week. Levi Rowe, the younger brother of Isaac and I. It was
Happy birthday, Levi.
Happy birthday, Levi.
Yeah,
Happy Levi.
And he had a great day. He's been begging to get on the podcast. So your delayed birthday present is we're gonna schedule you on the podcast soon. At some point.
Y'all couldn't have gotten a Nerf gun or something?
We did get the college football 25, so it's not that bad. But
also, shout out to Keelan
for
listening every week.
Yeah, Keelan. But Levi's a loyal listener. He always talks about it with us. He loves the show. So we're gonna give him a chance to come talk ball with the big boys. So.
And he's going to get us into some D1 program soon when he commits here.
Yeah,
Levi's recruitment is
starting
open.
safety.
Oh, all right.
Safety quarterback, baby.
That's going to do it for us here at You Don't Know Ball. podcast. We will see you next week. Keep supporting us. Keep listening. And you know what? You don't know ball. We don't know ball. We all don't know ball. We'll see you guys next week. See you guys.